right, thank you guys. It's always good to be here, getting to do this before the season. I know everybody's excited. It's been a long time since we've strapped on the helmets and gotten after it. So I know I'm excited. I'm excited about these guys sitting up here and the rest of them back in Athens, maybe listening to this. I got three pretty good guys here. Two of them seniors. We expect these guys to be leaders. Jacob Sharp, Cam Miller. Both of these guys played for me for a long time. I don't make them happy all the time. They don't make me happy all the time. But I think we've got a pretty good relationship. I think everybody knows the guy on the right there, Cameron Goforth, one of our offensive linemen. And, we're going to lean on these three a lot throughout the year. Our team, if we thought about our strengths from just returning from last year, I think both sides of our lines are pretty good. We lost 3 out of our 5 offensive linemen, but the 3 that we've plugged back in, I think, are going to be pretty good. And so we'll be able to still kind of lean on those guys. We'll have to early to keep, get our quarterback play where it needs to be. Sharp here, he'll be all over the field. He's playing corner. We got him in Sam linebacker some, returning kicks and punts and playing the slot receiver. We'll put him in the backfield, so he'll have multiple places. I think we kind of knew those two, Goforth and Sharp, coming in the season. I think one of the surprises would be Cam Miller. And not necessarily defense, because he was a defensive guy and he played a lot of offense for us last year, but his ability to be out in space and catch passes, and you saw him, he's kind of a big guy to put out on the perimeter. I think we're looking for some mismatches that way with him. So he's been a surprise in that. I'll talk about our defensive line. We had, I can't remember exactly how many we got coming back from last year on either side. It was somewhere in the middle, 5 or 6. But our defensive line had probably as much depth as we've had in a long time. We had like 6 or 7 defensive linemen that could play, to where we started kind of moving them around to get a little bit, put them at linebackers, to move them, to get them all on the field at the same time. So I think that was a plus. We're going, obviously, with the loss of Landon Fagans there at UTC now, that was a big loss for our defense. But like I've told him, we're not trying to replace him with one player. It's going to be a team effort. And and I tell people all the time, it's not the numbers, it's how hard he plays. So if we can just keep playing hard like he did, I think our defense will be all right and get better. Now, it's all going to be a learning process, so we're not where we need to be right now. I think these guys would say that, but we're working to get there. I always put them when October gets here, it's when we need to be playing our best football. We should be getting better every time we walk out on the field. These guys, now I think some people have talked about the style of football that we play. That doesn't change. I think Coach Barger was talking about having to lay off the guys, and I can understand that with those little players. And our guys were kind of chuckling that they got to be physical at practice too. And we lose people. We lose people at practice a lot. But why we do what we do? We're not going out there just to have fun on Fridays. We're going to do it all week. And if we're going to be physical Monday through Thursday, we get to do it on Friday too. And those guys, they know that. We practice that way. And the culture of our team has always been that. We're going to run the football. We're going to be as physical. And our goal every year to be the most physical team on the field every single Friday night. Both sides of the ball, run the football, stop the run, and see if we can compete that way. Has anybody got any questions for me? I was really happy I didn't follow Cleveland, because our kids were over there going, Coach, why ain't we got all that stuff? I said, I don't even know I said, well, we ain't getting couches. We did get LED lights, but they don't flash, but you can turn them on and off. We spent a whole bunch of money on a weight room, right? And it is state of the art. If you get to come to Athens and see that, that's a lot of pride in that thing, and you can see it pays off for us. Yes, sir.
What year is this for you? How many have you coached up there?
This is year 18. This is 18. Damon still got me, though. He's 19.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what he said. He's the oldest one up there. He's just, he's a year before me. So.
Coach, with the change to who's in 5A more recently, what does that mean for your preparation when it just changes around like that?
Nothing. If we could be in 6A and our preparation would be the same. In fact, I think, I'll just say it. I was listening to Coach Nance talk about his schedule, and I was thinking, yeah, that's bad, but here's our non-region schedule. Okay, so we got Bradley first, week 1, Cleveland week 2, Tyner week 3, Oak Ridge week 5, Powell week 9, or week 10. So, we could lose all of those games very, very easily and still be region champions. So, I mean, it's definitely, you can't, we've played, for most of my career here, we've played in the top classification. So, we know how to prepare for those games week in and week out, and it's a battle, and it's a bloodbath sometimes. And to make it, and even on top of that, we had Boyd Buchanan, we had Anderson County, and we got Red Bank tonight as a scrimmages going into the season. Can we get to October healthy is the question. And if we can, we'll be tough kids if we can make it that far.
For you guys, I know he said a couple of you guys play both sides of the ball. What changes in your preparation knowing you're going to be out there for that much of the game each week?
Is it on?
Yeah.
I'd probably say trying to be in the best shape possible. We run a lot. We run on Tuesdays. Mondays we do gassers. Tuesdays we're on the track or we're on the field running. I'd probably say getting as many reps in practice as you can on both sides of the ball is a big deal because, like Coach said, we're going the whole week. We're physical all week, so trying to take those hits during practice is a big thing, so our bodies can withstand that type of blow when it comes to Friday nights. Also, a big thing is making sure that we eat the right stuff, drink the right stuff, definitely staying hydrated. I'd say I'd say our teammates really help us the most. Our scout team, we have a whole lot of players that they have the potential to be starters, but we just have we have so much depth that it's just no spot on the field for them at the time. But they definitely make us better every day. They try us, so they test us to the best of our ability, and that definitely helps us.
I mean, can I talk on that? I think then they know this too, because the importance that we put on the weight room. And it's from November until August that they prepare their bodies to be able to play both ways. And I think that's probably the most important thing that we do to get them prepared to be able to play the style of football that I ask them to play.
Bo, I go way back with Bradley McMinn competition in anything. And it didn't take me very long, 50 years ago, to find out that the Bradley McMinn rivalry in any sport is something special. A lot of schools don't have that. But my question is this. Do you, as a coach, do you have to do any teaching to the youngsters, 14 and 15-year-olds coming into your program about how special that rivalry is? I know your seniors probably pick up on it. Have you seen any drop-off in the 18 or 20 years since you first started at McMinn?
Well, it's funny. I used to do that. I used to go in, and I probably will. Game week, you start talking about some things that have to do with the past and nostalgia and all those things. But there's nothing, and I'm not going to say anything that they wouldn't say too. It's good old-fashioned hate. And if we can win any game in our community, it's that one. It's that one, and it doesn't mean a thing. It doesn't mean a thing. I was talking to these guys, and man, it broke my heart the other day to know that our seniors haven't beaten Bradley yet. They haven't gotten that chance to do that yet. So I don't per se anymore. I really did, but I think everybody kind of knows that comes through McMinn that this is the game. For it to be the first game of the year, it's fun. But I remember when it was the last game of the year for a region championship. And now that was big time, and that was fun. But for us to always agree, it's always every time that we have to schedule each other, we're going to play at some point. Damon loves it. I love it. I love playing against those guys more than anything else. And I hope that rubs off on him. It usually does. We're not going to treat it like a different game. It's just fun to play a team like that.
It's special.
Special, yes, sir.
Thank you, Coach.